What is up, guys? Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a different video. I'm going to be answering some questions you guys asked me on my Instagram and Twitter. Make sure you follow both of those. Link will be down in the description. I got a bunch of questions I'll be answering that you guys have been asking me. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so the first question is, who are some of your favorite producers? And so my answer to that is, like, I have a big variety of people that I like. I like all types of music, and so some of my favorite producers that I can name off the top of my head are like TM88, Metro, of course, 808, Mafia, like Sizzle, Nick Mira, Black Mayo, tkbeats, Frank Dukes. Yeah, I like all of them. There's no specific order to that. I just like all of them. So my next question is, want to do a photo shoot when you're in LA? And so yes, I would love to do a photo shoot if I come to LA. I don't know when I would come to LA, but I hopefully can come sometime this summer. And so yeah, if I'm in LA, I say we link up and get a photo shoot going. So my third question is, any tips on how to gain more views on YouTube for beats? And so yeah, so this is something I struggled with for a while. I actually had two channels before I had this RonSupreme channel. My first channel was like beat tutorials and stuff, and so that instead of posting YouTube beats that wouldn't gain a lot of traction, I started posting tutorials, and so then that started drawing people in, and from there I started uploading YouTube type beats. But I got bored of doing the tutorials, so then I started the RonSupreme channel, and then I just started uploading every day. And there's a trick not a lot of people know of, where you can put tags down underneath your video, and so anytime someone will search that tag, so like let's say you put Juice WRLD somewhere in the description, then if they type in Juice WRLD on YouTube, it'll pop up your video somewhere, probably not the first page, but it'll pop up somewhere, and it'll kind of get you into that related category with all the other YouTube type beats. And so I just started growing my channel that way from adding those tags, and yeah, and so it just kind of went from there. So my next question is, where are you from? So I'm from Kansas City, Missouri, in a little town called Lee Summit. And so I'm like right on the border of all these different places. So like St. Louis is like 3 hours away from me. Nebraska is like 3 hours away from me. Downtown Kansas City is really close to me. And so yeah, I always rep the Chiefs and the Royals. So my next question is, favorite band of all time / music group? And my favorite band would probably be Linkin Park. And I wouldn't say he's necessarily an inspiration in what I make today, just because it's kind of on a different spectrum. But when I was growing up, before I got into the whole rap genre, I had just like my whole iPod full of Linkin Park music, and so I would always jam to that when I was in the car rides and stuff. And so I would just say he was probably my favorite because I grew up listening to him and stuff. So my next question is, how long have you been producing for? And I've been producing for 2 years probably. I've probably only been making good beats for like 1 year though, because that's how long I've been uploading on my RonSupreme channel. And you can find some of my old beats like out on the web, like YouTube and stuff, but they're not very good, just like anyone starting out. And something that I found was really helpful for me to improve my craft, my skills as a producer, was I would just kind of listen to a song that I liked, and I would then go and try to make my beats sound at that kind of professional level. And so I know that wasn't the question, but I've been producing for 2 years, but only about 1 year where it's like good, stable, like I can sell it to an artist. So my next question is, are you going to college? Which one if you are? So I get this question a lot. Even a lot of people in my city ask me this. So I will be going to college. I'll be attending MU at the start of the next semester. I'm a senior this year, and I'm going with like 4 of my other best friends, and we're getting this like room where it's like a suite, and so there's 4 other rooms inside of the one room, so we'll be able to have like separate places to hang out, and so we're not like all in the same dorm like most colleges have you be. And so the upload shouldn't change, and I should still be able to make music because I'll be in my own room. So the next question is, what are your plans for the future? And so I get this question a lot too, just from my parents and family and stuff, and I don't really know what I want to do in the future. I would love to do this forever because I just find it super enjoyable and it kind of makes me happy. So if I could do this forever, I will. But if for some reason I can't, that's why I'm going to college, so I'll kind of have a fallback plan just in case. But yeah, this is what I love to do, so hopefully I can do this forever. So the next question is, how does your family support your producing / beat making? So my family didn't know for a while. Probably like the first like 5 months I did this, like the whole RonSupreme channel, I didn't have any support from my family, not necessarily because they didn't like it, but because they just didn't know. I'm really secretive about kind of what I do around here because I just don't like all the attention from people. And so once I kind of explained to my parents what I do and why I have all this money coming into my PayPal and like all these DMs and I'm always on my phone and stuff, they were fully supportive of it, and they have been ever since. And my dad is kind of my manager. He kind of handles all the business aspect side of it, so he helps me like understand kind of what I need to do legally. And when like managers and labels are talking to me, he'll be on my side kind of guiding me through all that because I'm just a high school kid. I don't really know much about all that, so they're super supportive. Yeah, and so shout out my parents for being into that. So the next question is, what are your goals for the next 4 years? And so the next 4 years are kind of blurry to me. I'm not really quite sure what I want. I would definitely love a plaque. I would definitely love a Billboard hit. I would like to graduate college if possible, just so I can have that fallback. And I hope that by the next 4 years I'm still doing this just in general. And so if I could do all of that, that would be amazing. I would love that. So those are kind of my goals. Those are kind of long-term goals, but I have a lot of short-term goals that I'm working on. So you don't want to get too focused on the next 4 years. You want to focus more on like the next 6 months instead. Otherwise, you'll get upset when stuff doesn't unfold the way you want because you're just planning too far out. And so that's kind of what I've learned and understood from, yeah, that's just kind of what I've learned. All right, this next question is kind of weird. There's 3 in it, so I'm just gonna hit one at a time. So toilet paper versus wipes. I think that means like, do you use toilet paper versus baby wipes? But I'm gonna be real, I've never used baby wipes to wipe my butt, so I would have to say toilet paper because I think it's more common. I don't know anyone that uses baby wipes. The next one is, do you sleep with socks on? And no, I don't. Sometimes when I nap I do, but I think if you sleep with socks on, that's kind of weird. Like, and then the next one is regular show versus SpongeBob. So I never was allowed to watch SpongeBob as a kid, and a lot of people, I get a lot of hate on that, so I hope you guys don't hate me for that, but I've never watched SpongeBob when I was a child. I could definitely go back and like watch it now, but I don't see much point in it. I'm not really into that much TV, so I just kind of like moved on. I don't know, that's kind of weird, but that's a fun fact about me. The next question is, have you ever thought about being an artist, like a rapper or something? And so, yes, so actually, interesting fact is I started this whole producing thing just because I wanted to like have beats I could rap on. I didn't understand that you could take a YouTube beat and rap on it. I thought you always had to pay for it, or there's some kind of weird like thing where you couldn't do that. So I would like write lyrics and then I would make a beat and then record over it. And now I don't do that anymore because like it was always just kind of cringy and no one would ever really hear it. It wasn't like a big deal to me. So yeah, so I have started like writing a little bit, but like I would never really publish any of that unless you guys wanted that. So I guess let me know. So that's pretty much all the questions you guys asked me. So I took the liberty of kind of writing my own questions that I get asked a lot. One of the questions I get asked all the time in my DM on YouTube videos and stuff is, what DAW do you use? And so the DAW I use is FL Studio, and I get a lot of flack for that from people that just like know how to make music too. They say that like FL Studio's for children, it's kind of like a game, it's like beginner status, but I think that it's very intuitive and it makes you really think about what you want to do, because there's a lot of stuff in FL that a lot of other programs don't have, so I'm able to manipulate things that I don't think I would be able to in other programs. And like I've tried Logic, I've tried Ableton, so I'm not like only stuck on FL. I definitely have used other programs, and so I kind of just know what I like, and so that's kind of why I use FL. So, but if you use Logic and Ableton, like no disrespect, like you do your thing, bro. My next question is the dog in your profile pic yours? And so no, the dog in my profile pic is not mine actually. I was just like, I just like corgis, and so one day I was like, I'm gonna find a picture of a corgi that's really funny. And so this was like way before my RonSupreme channel. and so I found this picture of a corgi with a dinosaur on his head, and so I just thought it was so funny, so I saved it to my computer and I like set it as my wallpaper and stuff. And then when I went to go make my RonSupreme channel, I never thought I'd actually like upload onto it and gain traction from it. So I set it as my profile picture, and yeah, and it kind of blew up, and now people kind of know me with that, and so it's too late to change it now, so I'm kind of stuck with it, but I still think it's funny. So, but my dog is right here. I'll see if I can pick her up for you guys. Abby, you trying to get picked up? So this is my dog. So this is actually my dog. Her name's Abby. She's about 10. I don't think she likes being held very much. She was just taking a nap and I disturbed her. Oh, yeah, so she's gonna dip out of here. But yeah, so that's my dog. That's actually my dog. Alright, so my next question is, what plugins do you like to use? And I get this question a lot, again, that's why it's on this list. And the plugins I use the most are Omnisphere, Purity, Electra X, Nexus, and Dune 2 sometimes. And I have like some weird like random plugins that I use every once in a while, like Loom and what's it called, like Expand. But those are like my main ones, and I think Omnisphere is just normal. But I think everyone hates on Omnisphere because it's just so mainstream now that there's not a lot of sounds that people haven't used. But there's so many ways you can manipulate the sounds inside of it to make it sound cool. So I still use it on almost every beat I make. So yeah, that'll wrap up this video today. I hope you guys enjoyed the style. It's a little bit different. I'll probably still upload a beat today, but who knows, like, I don't know, maybe this will be the main video. And so if you have any more questions, leave them down in the comments, and if I do this again, like if it gets enough response, I'll do another one and you guys can ask me questions. It doesn't have to be about music. I prefer to ask questions not about music, so it's just kind of fun when it's like that. Make sure you subscribe, follow all my social media down in the description, and yeah, have a good day. Peace.